is
champion.
Yeah, undisputed champion. Nigga, I was saying I need to get money. I need to get out of my situation. That's another thing why I say, like, once I get to, while I'm at this level, like, it's no point, like, it's no more point to prove to myself.
Swindle around and fight Jake Paul for this money. If you think I'm going to sit back by the wayside and sit there and be like, well, even though I'm contracted to fight this guy for this amount of money on this certain day, I'm just going to sit here and be cool with, oh, he might not ever fight me, and he's going to go fight and get paid and get this money, and I'm not supposed to get anything.
Gervonta Davis has finally revealed the real reason he chose to fight Jake Paul, instead of taking the rematch with Lamont Roach. But now, things seem to be heating up as Roach is reportedly considering legal action against Davis for breaching their contract. In a recent interview, Tank explained that even if he fought Roach again, critics would still have found something negative to say. So, this time, he's doing what benefits him most, securing the bag.
Nah, Tank is a money fighter. Who's the bigger money fight for Tank? I don't think that's Shakur.
Who else would you think? Jake Paul?
Yeah, for sure, but I'm not even talking about fake boxing. Like, for sure, he gonna do that if that's this.
To ahead of his fight with Jake, Tank appears mentally distant from boxing itself. But according to his own words, that disconnection began right after the draw with Roach. I don't want to say too much. I'm just doing what's best for me, Davis said at Monday's press conference. I've been boxing since I was 7 years old, and this is the first camp where I can finally enjoy myself and feel like me again. He added that even when preparing for the Roach rematch, he never felt fully into it. The passion just wasn't there anymore.
I don't want to put a lot out there, but it's just, doing what's best for me and what's right for me. And I've been doing this for a little minute now. I've been doing it since I was...
The response didn't sit well with many fans and analysts. To some, it sounded like an excuse, a way of avoiding unfinished business. Lamont Roach wasted no time firing back online, posting a meme of Lisa Simpson crying with red eyes, captioned, "Every time he gotta explain why he's fighting Jake." It was funny, sharp, and pure boxing rivalry at its best.
Boxing. Pound for pound talent. And me, on the other hand, coming up from 130 to 135 to fight this monster. That's going to make me a 2-division world champ. That's going to make me a 2-time world champ. And that's going to put me in the pound.
Still, the humor couldn't hide Roach's anger. He's clearly bitter that the rematch he expected and fans demanded disappeared. The moment Davis agreed to fight Jake Paul, when news of the fight broke, Roach jumped on social media again, posting, "Told y'all duck duck," followed by for duck emojis. The message was clear, he felt avoided.
Just handle the business right. That's all. Just handle the business right. Don't think you're gonna do bad business with me and think it's just gonna be okay. No, we're gonna call you out every single time. Don't duck a fight with me and fight a YouTuber that's 200 pounds and think it's okay. It's not okay. I don't care what, unless you took the...
But Tank's choice to skip the Roach rematch for a Jake Paul fight has now taken a more serious business turn. Roach recently revealed whether he plans to pursue legal action over what some see as a contract violation. Speaking on Inside the Ring, Roach said he wouldn't take Tank to arbitration, even though he could. "I never said this publicly, but no, we're not going to arbitration," Roach admitted.
Were to go to arbitration, then what? Then you got to pay lawyer fees, or you put your promotional company in a hole where they have to back you because technically it's on them. They're the ones who putting on the fight. That's who I have the contract. That's who draws up the agreement, the contracts, or whatever the case may be. So, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy for you to do business-wise.
Roach publicly thanked Al Heyman, PBC, and Gervonta's team for stepping in. "I just want to thank Al Heyman, PBC, and everyone who handled it right. Even though Tank messed up, they made it right on my end," Roach said. That confirmed PBC likely reached a private settlement money in exchange for keeping things quiet. It was a professional and silent end to what could have been a public mess. It also exposed how boxing business really works when a superstar like Davis changes course.
It don't look like that's gonna happen. For everybody that keep asking me, everybody be on every single boxing page, boxing source, you're hearing it from the horse's mouth. It might not happen, or most likely not gonna happen for sure. Same, but I think he dodging God's plan. You know what to do, Rich. If you want to fight or you don't, simple. That's it. Not fact.
For Gervonta, though, this decision runs deeper. He's openly admitted that his motivation is fading. After years of training, headlines, and hard fights, he's leaning toward comfort over legacy. From his point of view, he's earned the right to cash in. The Jake Paul fight gives him a big payday, less danger, and control over his exit. But it also sparks a bigger debate: is boxing turning into a business-first sport, where money outweighs competition?
Weren't friends. Him and Tank Davis weren't cool. They didn't really know each other like that. They were just cordial. This is a different cry from what he said about Tank Davis leading up to his first fight with Tank Davis. And I believe this because he realized how out of pocket he had been. He realized that, well, let me make it seem like it's not as out of pocket to shit on him after he gave me an opportunity.
Shocker Stevenson spoke honestly about that. He said he understood why Tank made the move even though he personally wouldn't. According to Shocker, Tank nearly lost to Roach, and if he had taken the rematch and lost, his market value would have dropped. So, by taking the Jake Paul fight first, he secured a bigger purse before any potential setback. From a business view,
You blame a man for taking that opportunity because this is prize fighting, right? It's about making money and securing your family. Can you fault him for that?
It's two sides of that. Like,
Okay.
it just depends. Like, as a fighter, just because I had a draw with somebody, for me, I may run it back. But in a business aspect, if you run it back and you lose to Lamont,
and there's Terrence Crawford, who didn't hold back either. He warned that Jake Paul's size makes this matchup dangerous for Davis. Jake's way too big for Tank, Crawford said. Coming from one of boxing's sharpest minds, that wasn't mockery, it was realism. He pointed out that Paul's height, reach, and natural size could make this less of a showcase and more of a risky gamble. Crawford's take: this isn't an easy fight, it's survival against a much bigger man.
What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on
Rolly Romero, however, stood by Davis. People need to stop acting like fighters shouldn't get paid, he said. You can't blame Tank, he's got a family to feed. It's a simple argument, but it hits home for anyone who's seen boxers retire broke after brutal careers. Rolly's point was clear: only fighters take the punches. So only they get to decide how to make.
Bro, you can't be mad at somebody for doing what they feel is best for them.
Will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were like to beat him or even like knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything.
My only concern is, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake. He fights in 10s.
Roach isn't letting it go. He's hinted that if certain agreements were ignored, he might explore legal action later. For now, it's just talk, but his frustration is clear. He feels pushed aside by money politics. What hurts him most isn't losing the rematch, but how fast it disappeared once a bigger check appeared. To him, it's a slap in the face to what boxing is supposed to represent: merit ranking.
All bring something to media and to boxing. You cannot miss a fight. I like it, V. I like the drama it's bringing, I'll be honest.
But honestly, nobody really cares about this fight.
Yeah, are you gonna watch it?
Yeah, of course. That's how it's gonna go. Nobody really cares, but everybody's gonna watch it. Like,
he said, nobody cares about this fight.
It's kind of weird because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank. And I mean, but with it being a exhibition, makes sense. It's fine.
Gio's World, facts. That's why Tank wants to fight Jake Paul. I'm telling you, he want to fight Jake Paul because he know if he climb in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, he's going to get zapated.